Let's do some Top That Trade with these pro traders who are always at the top of their games. Phil Flynn of Fox Business Network contributor and Alan Knuckman, the chief market strategist at bullseyeoption.com, ready to go a few rounds. Round number one, inside money movement. The S&P reached record highs this week, but insiders are dropping stocks at the fastest rate in 10 years. What does that bearish tone tell you?
Tells me people are making money and they want to cash in. So they don't know what the future holds, but they have the money now. So let's make it and put it in the bank. So you've got to remember that the S&P is up 178% from its 2020 low and up 60% from 2023. This V recovery, as we've seen every single time in history now with this last sell-off in December, targets 6,400 in the S&P, which is still another 5%. But this trend is strong.
X-Man! Guess what? You're right, Alan. A lot of these insiders made a lot of money last year, but all of a sudden, the IRS, they're trying to swallow the party. They want a piece of the action. You know what I'm talking about? So a lot of these guys have a big check to write, and usually you see that when the insiders at the end of the year, right before April, have to come up with a big chunk of cash to make Uncle Sam, keep the lights on, so to speak.
Round two, break or bust fast. The least expensive meal of the day is a bargain battle. Think McDonald's and Wendy's. What wins the top trade in breakfast foods?
Anybody who serves eggs is going to have problems. One of the biggest things that I'm hearing from my clients around the globe, of course, is the cost of eggs. They've gone through the roof because of this bird flu. But I would have to say, who's going to win the fight on breakfast? I have to go with Jimmy Dean's, because Jimmy Dean's is a company that's been around a long time, and the price of pork is a lot cheaper than it is right now for a lot of the other commodities.
Good point. We've got coffee and orange juice up at record all-time highs. We've had some of these commodities have a bit of a bounce. We've got corn at $5. What I like is wheat from a risk-reward standpoint. It's 30% off its December of 22 top when, the Ukraine issue started. So the wheat's down 30%, but guess what? Bread's only down 3%. So the pricing power is there. The corporations are going to continue to make money. We're down near 5-year lows in wheat. You can also trade wheat in an ETF, WEAT. And if you look at it, we're trading between $5.50 from $5 and $8. We're at $5.50 right now. So I think there's a lot of upside in wheat to make more bread.
And carbs are cheaper these days, right? Because sugar is relatively cheap to the rest of these commodities.
Round three, cash flow, stock buybacks supported stocks over the last 20 years. What's better, investing in investors by paying them dividends or investing in the company to grow?
Well, in theory, there's only so much money out there. And so these stock buybacks have really supported the market, $1.3 trillion last year. So it's going to be a challenge to see the companies invest the money in capital, investment as opposed to just the stock buybacks and dividends. So that's the challenge right now ahead of us. But I think this is the time, and you've got to look at it not as a cost, but as an investment. You're investing in your company.
I agree with Alan. Last year there was a lot of criticism, people saying, oh, it's bad, these companies are buying back their stock. And I'm saying, no, absolutely the opposite. That means they believe in their company, they believe they have a vision, and they will have more money to invest. Would you rather have the company stretched out to the limit, in debt up to their eyeballs, so to speak? No, you want to see them buy back the stock. That's a good sign, and it's a good sign for the investors, because the less shares that are on the market means more money for you.
It's already time for your bonus round question. Progresso launched Soup Drops, candy that tastes like soup. But what happened next, guys? Did other soup companies quickly produce candies? The drops quickly sold out, or the company quickly decided to can the idea?
Can the idea.
No, I think that they quickly sold out, and I think it's going to be a big deal.
Phil, you are correct.
Oh.
Woo-hoo, there you go.
Oh.
Alan, your face says it all. The drops quickly sold out, but a fresh batch is coming out. Super job on the show today, guys.